Good day, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining us here at Banknote Trading, where we take a look at the US dollar pairs in the Forex market. Today, we'll start taking a look at Euro USD on the 4-hour chart, and we'll start by mapping out the current range. Of course, this overall range Euro dollar has been in on a more local level. Of course, this is the 4-hour range we've been dealing with. Prices continue to make lower highs and lower lows. Buyers step back up, and sellers came back into this area of supply, and then price pushed back down from there, but wasn't able to make any new lows. Consolidated, and then price began to make higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, and now pushing to higher highs back into premium. If you look overall, that's why I make this whole range. It was once a trending market, with this being the high, this being the strong higher low, and this being the high. So if you look at it this way, this just came down. We're waiting to see if buyers can step back up into discount, and it looks like we have broken the structure, of course, and the structure, internal structure bullish, now pushing past that area of supply. That's what it's waiting on with this impulsive move as the dollar is getting weaker. So waiting to see if it can close above this area of supply, and then wait for any type of retracement, and then try to see if the price will target the highs of the overall range. But it does have to continue this momentum push because there's liquidity sitting on these lows. But like I said, we're looking to see if this is going to be the higher low from that previous low and continue this bullish push. GBP USD, this was a more bearish pair, but let's go ahead and map out the current range. More bearish, with this being the lower high, lower low. This lower high is consolidated, wasn't able to make another lower low, and then buyer step back up, just like with Euro. Higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, breaking structure along the way, back into premium. And for GBP USD, I would look for it to get past this area of supply, which price is in right now. The dollar continues to get weaker. I expect this to continue and push past this lower high from this overall structure. Of course, I've been pointing out that this could be a bear flag, ascending channel. Normally, price comes back down to take out the liquidity sitting under these lows, but it doesn't have to. If there is a push from the buyers and the dollar selling off, then it can just break out of this ascending channel and just continue to turn this chart bullish. Well, like I said, it has to get past this area of supply. When we take a look at the DXY, and this is why those pairs are behaving the way they are. Clearly, since the last video, it gapped that DXY dollar index gapped down, broke structure to the downside. This could be the double top. It consolidated after it had made higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher low, double top, consolidation. Seller step back in. There's liquidity sitting over these highs, but right now we're seeing if this support area can hold up. It has broken that structure under that support area, but we have to wait to see if there is a strong close under it. But they could just sweep these lows and then continue back up. So waiting to see if this momentum can continue to push down and then retrace, and then I'll be expecting it to go ahead and sell off and get past any area of demand that it had trouble with. AUD USD, let's go map out the current range. So overall range we've been dealing with, consider this area of supply, that push off point, which price is in now. You can see it came back, price came back in, pushed down, so let's push back down. Consider it's just consolidating sideways, made another lower high and then broke these lows, but buyer stepped back in, broke structure, and it took out all this liquidity and continues to push higher. So overall, AUD US Aussie dollar has just been in consolidation, like I've been saying on this channel. So not really a trending market. Just waiting to see any type of momentum to push and break out. There's liquidity under these lows, but as the dollar gets weaker, I wanted to see it to go ahead and break past that area of supply. But it doesn't mean it's going to trend and target these highs, because like I said, overall it's just in consolidation. NZD USD, let's go map out the current range. This was definitely more bearish. This the way I consider this still bearish, even though it made this was a lower high, lower low, consolidation, lower high, and then made lower lows. So that would be the 4-hour range. But the consolidated buyer stepped back up, got past this lower high, consolidation, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows internally. But in order for me, just consider NZD, since it has been so bearish, I wanted to see it get past this area in order for me. So you could look at at least the 4-hour like this, as since it did break past this lower high. You can look at it as bullish on the 4-hour chart. But overall, consider this the high to get past. So right now, it looks like it is in an ascending channel. It's liquidity building under these lows. But as the dollar gets weaker, can't expect it to continue to push unless the Kiwi dollar is much weaker. And there's, like I said, liquidity sitting on these lows, so it could push back down, but there is clearly an impulse push internally bullish. Like I said, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, pushing prices higher. So let's see, there's going to be a decision made out of this range. And that's all I have for you today. Thank you for joining us.